Check out this new gun case I got from Case Club off of Amazon. Not a paid sponsor. I paid about $200 for this, and took approximately a week to get to me, with even a prime. Let's see what we have in here. Silica gel inserts for humidity. I'm in Arizona, so I won't use those. And high density foam. This is supposedly water resistant. It will not absorb water, oil, or any liquids. Alright, so the first step is you have to weed out these big areas here. And then these rectangular areas here. This is where the hand grips will go. I have found that sometimes it takes a little help with a flathead screwdriver to stick it down in there and get it a little loose. I really don't want to tear any of the important pieces, so I'm trying to do this as carefully as possible. So if you have a hard time getting your fingers in there and then pulling it out, go around it and make sure it's separated all the way around, and then you should be able to kind of lift it up gently and then remove it. And I have found that this works pretty well. I'm trying to do it one-handed, but yeah, there you go. Pull that out, save everything for now, because you're going to use pieces later on for different size guns and magazines. So let me finish weeding these out and I'll be right back. I've weeded all those pieces out. These are the wells the handguns sit in. Now here's I watched their video, and I believe this is the logic here. So the handgun's going to sit right here at an angle. However, because each gun could be different size, barrel length, grip size, etc., what they want you to do is put some blocks underneath the grip so that it rides at an angle like this. I need to put some blocks underneath there because otherwise it can do that and flop around. So that's why you need to save all the pieces you take out, because you can actually split these up into smaller pieces and then stick them in one at a time until you get the right angle underneath the grip. And then these little pieces can be split up as well, and these go in front of the barrel so that the gun doesn't again move forward too much. And then you can just stack these on top of each other, because this is the big piece you removed earlier. So that's the logic. Now the only obstacle I'm running into so far is going to be the finger guards. So that one slides in there just fine, but if you have an HK with the paddle releases, that is not going to fit in that small groove, so that might just have to ride on top of it, but then you have an optic to worry about if you have one. This is soft foam, but obviously the less you have touching that, the better. So I don't know if that's going to work by resting on top of this bar here, or if I have to cut that out, which I'm fine with if I have to customize this. Actually, I'm going to end up customizing it anyhow, and you'll see why in a second. So that's the handgun part. So let me get kind of these sorted out the way I want them, and then move on to the magazine wells. I do want to note that the corners next to the hinges, you can see the wheel hub protruding, because this model does have wheels. Actually, no, sorry, it's only going to be on this corner here, because the other wheel is on this side here. So this one, put a short gun in, so you can put extra padding there in the bottom so that it doesn't rock back and hit that hub. So let me get these situated and I'll be right back. The magazine wells are pretty cool. Man, they've really innovated this thing to fully customize what you have. So here's the magazine inserts that you pull out. There's actually two different levels. There's another level below this, depending on if you have short or long magazines. But if you have single stack, then you just remove this part and you leave the L. And if you have double stack, you just remove both. So I thought that's pretty cool. But to reach down in there, you just need some needle nose pliers, and it comes right out. Alright, so for my H&K VP9 SK with that wide paddle release mags, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift the gun forward so that it won't sit down into that pre-made groove there. It was too narrow, so I'll just shift it forward, and then I use these blocks behind it to keep it in place, which I'll probably super glue down in there later. Now this one, I got to figure out, I'm going to end up cutting this because this is a dedicated suppressor, so I'm going to have to cut that block right there. This material is very easy to cut through with a brand new razor blade, so that's all I did was cut out that piece, and then I inserted one of the extra blocks here on the sides. And whenever you have an attachment on your firearm, they do say that it should ride level and not canted at an angle like these. So when I put this in now, it's perfect. Good fit. So these are the only guns I want in this case at this time. I actually wanted some extra space for my other range equipment, like, you know, Ear Pro, iPro, and miscellaneous crap like that. So I'm going to end up cutting out these pieces, make a little more space, and I'll show you what that looks like next. So I removed all of that extra space, which was pretty easy because it's all kind of pre-cut for you, so you just have to slice through in a couple areas that attach on either side here, and voila, a lot more extra space. So now I can just start putting in all my extra range crap that I bring, just in case you know, I have somebody coming with me to go shooting, and it's gonna fit all in here nice and snug. Perfect. And then if you want, you know, to add dividers and keep things a little more organized, well, hey, you have all this stuff you can use. So a little hot glue, and I'm perfect. Overall, this is a terrific setup for me. This is exactly what I was looking for. But I do want to test it. It does state that it's waterproofed and dustproof, which is great because I'm in Arizona, and so we're all desert and have a lot of dust. So I can't really test the dustproof thing, but I can test the waterproof. Alright, it's out of its bath now. I did put some weights on it to get a little more submerged in there, and it tumbled around for about an hour. Now let's see if there's any water inside. There's some drops along the edges. However, that very well could have been when I opened it, because you can see the hinges are still wet as well. But this does come with two holes for padlocks on either sides, a pressure release valve, and then this case, this large size, comes with a handle as well, and the wheels. So make it for easy transport. It is safe to fly with, apparently, although I won't be flying with it. It is a lot bigger and heavier and cumbersome than my regular cloth range bag, but it's going to protect my investments much better as well. So again, I got this off Amazon from Case Club, not sponsored. I paid my own money to buy this, and I'm pretty happy with it so far. There's going to be a link in the description if you want to check it out. They have a bunch of other different sizes and configurations as well. Thanks for watching.